Hello, everybody. Welcome to Women Making Big Sales. I hope that you've had a great week so far. I hope that it's been productive. You've had a chance to build amazing relationships with people around you. How has your week been? Let me know. And I'm going to make sure that I am going live. Yes, I am going live inside our Facebook group. So, welcome to this week's of Women Making Big Sales. And today I want to talk about how to free from your fear of success. Why do I want to talk about that? I was actually inspired by a conversation I had with an amazing entrepreneur and a woman entrepreneur. We were having the conversation, and she has been the head of marketing for many years. She's been in marketing space the past 20 years, and I think the past 10 years, she's been head of marketing. And then finally, she decided to open her own shop, create her own business so that she could have more freedom with her family, more time with her family. But while she decided to set up her own marketing agency, she decided to really target smaller entrepreneurs. But there was a bit of frustration when she was targeting or when she's targeting entrepreneurs, smaller independent entrepreneur at this moment. Because of her background, she had been mostly working with corporate clients or corporate in the corporate environment. So she was having trouble connecting with individual entrepreneur. So obviously, me who loves selling to corporate clients, I started having conversations with her, and I asked her, why is it that she was not targeting corporate clients? Then she quickly told me that the thought of going after executive like CEOs or VPs was really really difficult for her. And plus, and then she started saying that corporate clients, they've got to be a lot more demanding, and I don't want to have really, really demanding clients, and it might take up too much of my time. And she started going on about different reasons why she would not be going after corporate clients. And she was talking, she reminded me when I was trying to go after corporate clients at the beginning. There was this fear of working with corporate clients, that whether my company can really handle the growth, whether my company can really deliver the promises when I start working with corporate clients. So all those thoughts, got me thinking that we often have that fear of success, whether we're thinking of selling to corporate clients or not. But as entrepreneur, when we're going through our sales journey, that fear of success often sabotage us from making the progress we need to be making. So I want to come up here and then really share with you this notion of, how do we free from our fear of success? I'm just going to share with you quickly of my own journey having that fear of success, or especially big success when I go after corporate clients. My journey and how I was able to overcome that those fear of success. So I got into sporting goods industry about 10 years ago, and I've been going after one really like a big client for a long time. And I really think that this big client can really transform our business. So logically, in terms of strategy wise, it would be great to work with this big client. So I was doing a lot of cold calling and things that I need to be doing to be able to reach this big client. But at the back of my mind, I remember I finally got in front of this big client, and then I booked a meeting with this person, and I was flying to New York, and everything was according to my plan. I was excited to finally get a sales meeting with this person. I know how important it would be for our business if we could just work with this person, and how much growth this company and how much growth we could have. But while I was in the taxi, driving to their head office in New York, at the back of my mind, I could feel that I was starting to get really nervous. And I was asking myself whether it's worth getting this big client. Is it really worth it? Should we really go after them? And I started having that fear. What if things don't go well, and the company really just our service and decide to, what if we get sued? What if there's any consequences if things don't go well? And can we really handle bigger companies? And wouldn't it be just easier just to keep up, just stay with our smaller companies? So all these questions were starting to come up in my mind. And I was just trying to convince myself, hey, maybe it's better if this meeting doesn't go well. And I kind of like secretly wishing that this meeting would not go well. And I was secretly wishing that I wouldn't get this big client. And these all thoughts, and I could feel like it was affecting my confidence. It was really affecting how I feel about this meeting. At first, when I just got this meeting, I was so excited. Finally, I was able to go to New York, meet with this prospective client. But now I am about to meet with these people. I was having this huge anxiety. And I was hoping that it would just not go well and I would not be able to close this deal, and I could go back to working with smaller clients that could never give us the order we need, the consistency, and the every year give us order that we want. So I was actually secretly hoping that this deal would not go through. But finally, when I got there, and I want to talk to you about a little bit of that little transformation. I knew that, I had to just go there, and I have to really focus on the meeting I was about to have, even though I was feeling very nervous about it. Finally, we did get there that sale, and then because of that sale, we were able to learn so much from working with this particular client. And after that, there was that snowball effect, and slowly I was able to start working with more and more clients and bigger clients, and now our company's grown about 5 times compared to about 10 years ago. Looking back, and that relationship working with that big clients, I knew that working with big clients, it's different from working with individual clients. Does it come with a different challenge, different sets of challenges? Definitely. But are they more demanding? I don't think so. I think working with any clients comes with different kind of sales journey. But when we have our mindset of thinking, oh my God, it's better not to have success, it's always easier to stay status quo. I think it's our mind trying to protect us from having those growth and from making those, from doing something different. So even though I'm happy that I still got that deal and got that big sale, but looking back, I knew how much it was affecting me in terms of fear of success. The fear of the success was actually generating, I think, useless stress for myself. Like my body, I was so stressed, and I was hoping it was just such a conflict, so much waste of energy, and my mindset trying to say, okay, I want to get this sales. I don't want to get this sales. I want to get this sales. That constant internal dialogue with myself. And I think, while I was having that dialogue and when I was sitting in front of these big clients, it stopped me from really listening to my prospective clients. And instead, I was just like, focusing on my internal dialogue as, do I want this client and do I not want this client, and all those feel of success. Does that resonate with you? Has it ever happened to you when you are sitting in front of your prospective clients? You know that you should go after them, but there is that fear of success, fear of, hey, maybe I shouldn't have the success. It must be harder. If I'm successful, then it must be hurting my family or my physical, emotional well-beings. We start to create excuses or reasons why we should not enjoy success. Now I've worked with bigger companies, established companies for the past 10 years. And I have to say, even though back then I had so much that internal dialogue and struggle about working with big clients, I'm still healthy, and I've grown so much from working with bigger clients. I've gained so much confidence, and I am able to still have that work-life balance, even though I was super nervous about, oh, wow, if I get big clients, that must mean that I'm going to be super busy. That must mean that I will affect my relationship with my children. Like we create those so many reasons why we should not enjoy success. But I am still enjoying the success. So if you feel like sometimes you're sitting there and you're thinking, maybe I should go after a particular group of people, but you're telling yourself, no, I probably shouldn't do that because of all these reasons, and you start having these reasons, I just want to share with you today that yes, I understand it happens. It has happened to me, but if you can grow from new experiences, you are going to grow as a person. You will gain a lot of things. And all the questions, all the reasons why you shouldn't be doing things, you can solve these challenges. You are able to, whatever challenges you think that might happen or arise when you get big clients, you are going to solve these. So these are, these are made basically your mindset, your body trying to protect yourself, and which is normal. It's, it's normal that your body wants to protect yourself when you are growing, when you're trying something new, because your body, your mind is telling you, be careful. They don't want you to get hurt. But sometimes, and I'm sure you must have that experience that, you've got your close friend or family member trying to tell you not to grow or slow down. They mean well, but they're not always right. As example, me being an Asian woman, I often hear that people tell me, people and people close to me, and they meant well, but telling me to slow down and to focus on being a great mother and don't work as hard, don't do this, don't launch women making big sales, and focus on staying small and support your husband. And I've heard so much of that, but I know internally, I'm meant to be bigger. I want to create bigger impact, and I'm going to continue to share with you later on. I want to share with you some of the strategies I use to overcome these kind of like voices that are trying to protect you, even though they're not right. So if you are thinking of embarking on new opportunities, or even as an entrepreneur, I think being an entrepreneur, we're always trying something new. We're always doing something new. But as we are embarking on new strategies, new target market, new things, our internal mindset is going, or voice is going to tell us, be careful, I don't want you to get hurt, be conservative, and if you do this new and this is something that might happen to you, you got to be careful, I don't want to get hurt. So whenever you hear that, and all the reasons is like, oh, if you do this, like for example, if you go after big clients, this must mean that you might not be able to deliver the workflow. This might be really stressful for you. How about your family and kids? You might have to sacrifice your work-life balance. All these reasons. Does that resonate with you? Has it ever happened to you? If that kind of internal dialogue has happened to you, I want you to recognize that, hey, it's there to protect you, but it is not right. Those dialogues, they're not true, and it's happened to me before, but I'm happy to say that I've been able to continue to expand my work. But yes, challenges will happen, but we are fearless women and we can solve one challenge at a time. So if you ever have that kind of internal dialogue, recognizing that they are there to protect us, but put them aside, and then know that we're meant to create a huge impact in this world, and we can overcome all the challenges that we face. So, how do I overcome some of the challenges? And I'm going to share with you the actionable tips. I hope that'll be able to help you and be helpful for you. And it's really helped me because every time I launch something new, those kind of self-protective voices, they would come back and to tell me, are you sure you're doing the right thing? I mean, what if you fail? What if this turned out to be a huge failure and everybody's going to see it? All that kind of internal dialogues, it happens to me all the time. Okay, first of all, I've been doing this for 20 years. I still feel those, I still hear those noises, voices. So if you feel it, don't worry, it's completely normal. But at the same time, if you want to succeed as an entrepreneur, if you want to live with joy, with purpose, I do believe that you have to know how to manage those voices. You do have to know how to dance with the fear, because it will always happen. And I often say this, if you are an entrepreneur, you do recognize maybe you want to continue doing this for the next 5, 10, 15 years. Self love and making sure that you achieve A healthy emotional state is so important because I don't want you to feel miserable being an entrepreneur. The reason why we want to be an entrepreneur is because we want to enjoy the freedom. We want to have more freedom, more joy with ourselves and with the people around us. But if you're miserable, then it's not worth it. Life is too short. And that's how I believe it. Like I'm really happy that being an entrepreneur right now, I still sell. I mean, I sell for women making big sales. I sell for my other business. I have to say I'm pretty happy person. I'm happy, I'm joyful, and I stay true to my purpose. And I'll talk to you more about staying true to your purpose. But I think I've learned to enjoy this journey and still enjoy this ride and love every single person I've been able to encounter along this sales journey, and love the feeling that I'm helping people around the world and I'm solving this big puzzle. So here are a few things that I do to make me feel more joyful, and I hope this resonates with you and can give you some ideas, right? So the first thing, and I kind of mentioned it a little bit, is your purpose. You gotta be very clear with yourself and have a clear understanding of why you do what you do. And it is so true. My close friend, somebody I love the most, Liz, she's one of my clients. She's a branding expert inside our executive lounge. And she always reminded me, and I totally agree with her, that even though she was talking about branding, but the purpose of what you do, why you're doing what you do, is so important. It's kind of like branding for a company. But I think that purpose of knowing, having a very, very clear idea why you do what you do, why you decide to be an entrepreneur. You could be because you want to create more freedom, for financial freedom and time freedom to have with yourself, with a family, with people you love. It could be that. It could also be because you want to have a bigger impact in this world. Or it could be because you want to prove to the world that you can do this. Whatever it is, you got to be very clear with a purpose, because that will be the fuel to what you do. We aren't an entrepreneur, but why do we want to be an entrepreneur? Why do we go through the ups and downs? If you're not clear with a purpose, with why you're doing what you do, then it's easy to kind of lose sight of that and start feeling the fear, starting to feel the stress and the overwhelm, and get lost in this journey of entrepreneurship. So the first thing for me when it comes to an entrepreneur, I have a very clear focus and reason why I'm doing what I do. Women making big sales, I'm passionate about helping more women create bigger impact and help them land more corporate clients, because I think that's the best way for them to grow their business and become a successful business person. And the world needs more female entrepreneurs, and that is the reason why I do what I do. And when I'm talk about sales, I love helping people. So when it comes to like all the different fear of selling, fear of big sales, small sales, whatever it is, I always remind myself, why am I doing this? Because I love helping people. In essence, regardless of all the different ups and downs I have, I remind myself that I love helping people. Whenever I go back to my purpose, the root, the fuel of my motivation, I have that sense of joy, sense of peace, then I can stay focused on the progress, stay focused on the actions I have to take. So, if anything today, the first thing to free from all your fear of success is to understand the purpose. Why do you want to do this? And what is your definition of success? Because a lot of times we're going to have that fear of, okay, this might go wrong, this might go wrong. But if your root is solid, if you're clear with your purpose, then you are going to overcome the different fear that those the voices are going to tell you. So become really, really clear. I journal a lot. So I often ask myself when I journal, why am I doing this? What kind of person do I want to be? And why do I do what I do right now? Why am I doing what I do? Yes. Okay, so that these are the questions I always remind myself, and I have very clear idea what I do, idea of my purpose. And the second thing I often do is really making sure that I always surround myself with like-minded people. Women Making Big Sales, I created the Facebook community, LinkedIn community, specifically wanting to highlight the fact that, hey, there is a group of women entrepreneurs that are going after corporate clients. Guess what? You're not alone. Even though you think this must be hard, there is a group of women, they're going after 5, 6 figure sales. That is amazing. Sometimes it might be hard to find women in your community, women around you that can inspire you. But there is a group online to that gather this community of women that are taking action and that are going after big sales. So wherever you are, try to uh, surround yourself with people that are like-minded, that can inspire you. Because it's like a fuel, it's like a mirroring effect. If I see somebody taking actions, I want to take action. If I see somebody running, I want to be more fit. If I go see somebody taking action, I want to do that. So one thing is, inside our mind, if we're just alone in our mind, then we're going to start hearing all those terrible negative voices that sometimes come up because they're trying to protect us. But if we surround ourselves with all the amazing action takers around us, then we are going to distract ourselves from those negative thoughts in our mind and focus on and remind ourselves that, hey, there are other women that are doing amazing stuff, and I'm just like them. They're the women just like me who have to take care of family, who have to overcome a lot of mindset challenges, but they are able to learn how to overcome different challenges and continue to move forward. So if you feel like, okay, I've got those fear of success, fear of different fears of rejections, I want you to reach out and just look at other women and remind yourself that, hey, I can be like that. I don't have to do everything right now. I can just take one tiny step at a time. Yes. And that's the next tip for me. And it's such an important tip. It just focus on the journey. Every single day, it is a journey. So whenever I'm thinking about, oh my God, what if things are going to happen? What if things are going to happen? I tell myself, just focus on the action, the next action step. Can I make the next action step successful? If I'm going to reach out to one prospective client, then can I make that message as good as possible? Can I write the best and the most genuine sales message possible? Then I focus on that message. I'm not going to focus on what happens if the person does not reply, what happens if things don't go well. No, I'm focused on the next best step. And focusing on the next best steps helps me stay focused and not feeling overwhelmed and not get overwhelmed by all the fear of success. So that's another way that really, really helped me. And also, another thing, the last thing that I want to share with you, and I hope this will be able to help you, and then I kind of mentioned it before, is to make sure that you always, if you can, find a way to remind yourself all the things that every day you stay motivated with the things you have to do. So we talked a little bit about how to make sure that you're connected with your purpose and surround yourself with all the like-minded women. So every day, I talked about journaling. You could be reading, you could be journaling, or you could be just watching somebody that really inspire you. But every day, just stay one little thing to make sure that you are reminded of that mindset, making sure that you are building a successful mindset. I'm going to share with you, this is what I do, is that I love my sticky notes. People who have known me for a while, you know that you guys must know that I love my sticky notes. So I do have my sticky notes every day. Depending on how I feel, then I will be writing something motivational, maybe my purpose, maybe how I feel, how I want to feel for the rest of the day. But every day I would be writing a tiny note to myself on my sticky notes. I stick it in front of me, and it might change. Every day is different. I think every day is a new journey. Then I use my sticky note to remind myself throughout the day how to stay positive and stay joyful. That's it. Yeah. These are the simple tips that I hope you will help you feel more connected to why you do what you do, the purpose, and also stay positive and making sure that it allows you to really focus on um, the possibility, the opportunities of being the best version of yourself. Everything has challenges, but the way I see is the challenges are all temporary, but you, who you are, how do you be the best version of yourself? That is will never change. So I believe that you can do it. I believe in you, whatever you set your mind to it. I believe that every one of us will make an amazing, positive impact in this world. So you can do it, and just learn to how to stay motivated. Why you learn why you do what you do, your purpose, and then you can go after big sales if you're going after big sales. So I hope this can help you, inspire you to make some amazing progress in your sales journey. And I look forward to talking to you next week. Bye.